Alright, so to achieve our curriculum goal, which is to develop literate learners, we should be guided by these big ideas. And these are clustered into 3 domains. Okay, nasa test nyo to, nasa pre-test, di ba? Okay, so literacy, language, and text are the big domains of English curriculum. Okay, so even if each of these has their own skills, knowledge, and assessment, they still interweave with each other, making them interdependent. So, may I ask one of the participants to share your understanding about how these 3 are interconnected? How is literacy connected to language and language to text? For instance, if the literacy skills of our learners are developed already, how can it help the development of the language competencies and skills of our learners? Wala po? Emelia? Yes, ma'am?
Looking at the diagram, it comes to my mind that once the literacy skills of a child was already developed, he can use it by reading a text, a particular text, and at the same time, after reading the text, he'll be able to use the language that he was able to read. That's all.
How about the text, Mom?
To be able to read and understand the printed symbol. And then later, he or she will be able to use the word into language 1 or language 2.
Okay. That's correct, Mom. So, if the learner's literacy skills are developed already, oracy, basic, critical, applied, and the multi-literacies, then the learner will be able to understand. That's language already. Understand what he listened to, read, and view. And then, this learner can produce information, can convey ideas already through speaking, writing, and representing symbols. And then, if the skills in literacy and language are already developed, then this learner will be ready, will be able to learn in other learning areas through the use of a variety of text. That's what you're telling about earlier, Mom. Literary, informational, academic, and transactional text. Now, do you understand the interconnectedness of the 3? Yes. I hope so. Okay, so for the literacy domain, we have these big ideas. Oracy, basic, critical, applied, and multi-literacies. Oracy is for oral, basic literacy. Reading and writing. Then, critical. Critical thinking, di ba? Can answer comprehension questions, including the higher order thinking skills questions. And how about applied? They can compose a text already, okay? So, if these 3 skills are developed already across the 3 languages, L1, L2, Filipino, and English, then we can develop a learner who is multiliterate, multilinguist with these skills. Alright, so, if the literacy skills of the children are developed already, then we can now go to language domain. Under this, we have receptive and productive as big ideas. Under receptive, with listening, reading, and viewing, meaning they can already understand what they listen to, read, and view. And productive is they can convey their ideas through speaking, writing, and representing symbols. That's language. Then, they're now ready for text. They can already understand, compose text, transactional text. Now, one to take note about big ideas is the domain in focus shifts as the grade level progresses. Okay? In case stage 1, our domain in focus is literacy. Diba? I mentioned earlier the big ideas under literacy. So we need to develop the literacy skills of our learners from kindergarten to grade 3. Then this will shift to language. Our focus will shift to language as they enter grade 4. And this will be grade 4 to 6. And this will shift again to the domain text as they enter grade 7. So, our main focus this time, since we will be dealing with grade 3 is what? Literacy. So, we can develop the skills in literacy through the use of the 4 macro skills. What are those? Listening first, speaking, reading, and writing. And of course, with the use of grade, level, and developmentally appropriate text. Okay, how many percentage of information and narrative text should we utilize for development of these skills? 50-50 ba? As to informational and narrative text. How many percentage of narrative and how many percentage of informational text should we aim for? Yes, sir. 70-30, that's right. And what's the 70%? Narrative text and 30% for informational text. That's for key stage 1. Okay? Now, for key stage 2, we need to develop the literacy skills that they have learned. We need to apply the literacy skills that they have developed in key stage 1. So what is the implication? Kasi mag-shift yung focus natin. What is the implication for the key stage 1 teachers? Before they enter grade 4, literacy skills should be developed. So they can use that, they can apply that in the language domain. Okay, literacy focus. So, in grade 1, we started to develop the literacy skills through the learning area. What's the learning area for that? Language reading and literacy using what language? Mother tongue or L1. Then for grades 2 and 3, we will already have this Filipino and English. Okay, so the same competencies and skills, we will just differ with the language because we foster the development of our skills through spiral learning progression. Do not forget learning progression. Okay, let's continue navigating the macroscope of English curriculum for key stage 1. Okay, so this is a tool that will help the teachers to visualize and understand the overall structure and progression of the curriculum, particularly the sequence of the learning competencies across the macro skills through the use of spiral learning progression. Okay. Now, let's notice the continuity of learning competencies across all key stages. What does it show? What does it show? From oneself and family to national themes. How does the learning competency progress? From simple to complex. As we notice, we have the same competency, which is to use vocabulary from grades 2 to 3 across all quarters. They differ only with the content, diba? For quarter 1, We have the content oneself and family. Quarter 2, about the school. Quarter 3, words about community. Until we reach this wider scope, which is regional and national themes. Next. Okay, what does it tell us? What does it imply? The box quarters for grade 3. The macroscope helps teachers identify what learning competences will be covered or taught within the specific grade level and quarter. Now, what do you notice about this one? We're already in grade 3. Why do we still have this grade 2? Sige nga po. Why do we need to reflect there, put there the competencies of grade 2? There is continuity, there is learning, progression, and what else? The competencies in grade 2 are the foundational skills. Competencies in order for us to develop the competencies in grade 3. Without developing the competencies and skills in grade 2, we will not be successful with our curriculum in grade 3. Okay? So there will be no learning because these are the prerequisite skills. Okay. Now let's study the features of the macroscope. We have them here, the stage 1, the macro skills, the subdomains, and the learning competencies which are clustered in subdomains. Parte nito ng inyong pre-test. Diba? Competencies are clustered in subdomains. Big ideas are clustered in yung big ideas clustered in 3 big domains. Diba? Kanina big ideas under literacy, language, and text. Yung competencies naman, clustered in subdomains. Okay? We're breaking down the standards, the competencies. Okay, we have at the grade level, the quarters. Okay, now let us go through each of these subdomains in key stage 1. First, we have the phonological awareness. That's the study of sounds, individual sounds. And as you can notice here, what grade level should we develop this? Do we have this in grade 3? Not anymore. Kasi we should have been developed in grade 2 and grade 1. So, why do we need to put this here? Again, sige nga. Why do we need to put there the competencies for grade 2? Ano? Foundational or prerequisite? Yes. Okay, you don't find that later. Phonics and word study. What is this about? Oh, we should know about this. If phonological awareness is about the individual sounds, what's next? Blending. And that is blending lang? Walang symbols? Association of the symbols of the sounds, you have learned in phonological awareness, diba? Association with the printed symbols. And association of the sounds. Blending that to make the words. That's phonics and word study. Now, there is a spiral learning progression since we have the same competency. Identify sight words for grade 2. Identify sight words for grade 3. Okay, there is learning progression for these competencies. So what is the difference between the grade 2 and grade 3? Grade level. Appropriateness of the text that we will use. Of course, for grade 2, dapat appropriate sa grade 2. For grade 3, appropriate. How do we know that it is appropriate for grade 2 and grade 3? How do we How do we know that? What do we need to consider? The number of words in the kind of words that we will be using in our text. Alright, so third, vocabulary and word knowledge. What is this about? The words that they know already with meaning. Diba? They know already the meaning of these words. And how do we teach the meaning of the words? Through gestures and many other strategies. Diba? Mga expert na tayo dyan. Okay? So again, we can see that the development of these competencies are through learning progression. Okay, from grades 2 to 3, same competency, identify high-frequency words accurately. And how does it differ? What is the difference? The content. The content. Okay, first we have concept and family. Then, until we reach grade 3, we will have the national theme already and regional theme. Next, grammar awareness and grammatical structures. Okay, so let's study this one. Okay, so they should be developed across the 4 macro skills: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Let's take this as an example. Use simple sentences with proper intonation. So, in what macro skill should this competency be developed? Listening, speaking, and reading. Meaning, we let the learners listen to how you use the sentences. And for speaking, let them use the sentences through speaking activities. Hindi lang pinapasulat palagi si learner. Then, reading, we let them read those simple sentences. So, across the macro skills. Next, comprehending and analyzing text. We're already on critical literacy. So, these are our competencies. Okay. So, comprehend stories. In what skill should this be developed? Across the 4 macro skills. Diba, may listening comprehension tayo, then reading comprehension, and stories. Speaking. They answer the questions verbally. Diba? How about writing? Dito na lang tayo sa speaking and writing kasi madali. You say the question, then you let the learner answer the question verbally. Writing. Then write. Writing lang ba? Yes, summarizing. There are many skills under that, diba, sir? How about letting them draw the event that they like most in the story, diba? Favorite ng mga bata, si drawing. Okay. Sige, creating and composing text. That's applied literacy already. So, as we can see, there's also spiral learning progression from grade 2 to grade 3. We will only be developing this competency, which is express ideas about one's experiences. So those are the subdomains in key stage 1. Okay, this was one of the items in your pretest. What's the code for this? VWK. Answer tayo dito? Okay. So perfect like I said English. Okay. Let's study this one. The learning competency will not be taught in grade 3. However, if there is a need to review it, it can be done to transition to the other learning competencies. What does it mean? Does it mean that if the learner is struggling in your competency in grade 3, we need to remediate and reinforce their skills in grade 2 and transition them to grade 3. That's why learning competencies in grade 2 are there. Now, this one, the learning competency will be developed in what quarter? Quarter 1 only of grade 3. How about this one? In what quarters should this competency be developed? Quarter 1 to quarter 2. How about this? Okay, how about this? Next. So, I said this earlier that if the learner cannot do the skill, if they are struggling, the learners are struggling with the skill in grade 3, then review, reinforce their learning in grade 2. Okay, so we will start with our words in CBCC words. We will start with CBCC words in grade 3. But then, if they cannot do this, if they're struggling with this, you will go back here. Diba? Ang masaklap, if the learners are struggling to produce the sounds, hindi pa nakaka-sound, hindi pa nakaka-recall, o mahirap yan. Dapat this skill, which is to read words accurately, particularly CBC words, CBCE words, CBVC words, this should have been developed in grade 2. Diba? Kasi may English ang grade 2. Okay? So that in grade 3, mas start na tayo sa CBCC words. Can we understand about this word pattern? What is CBCC? Okay, sir, can you please give an example of CBCC word? Like the words card. Card. Oh. In the word card, what is C? Consonant. A. Vowel. R. D. Kasi baka, dito, you are not with me anymore. So, we should start with CBCC words. But again, if the learners are struggling with this, anong gagawin? Go back. Okay. No, asakya. Okay, so again, this can be done through learning progression. Okay, diba? Chinachap-chap, CBCC lang muna sa quarter 1, CCBC in quarter, CBCC and CCBC in quarter 1, then VCB and VCCB in quarters 1 to quarters 1 or 2. Next. Okay, let's study this one. What does it tell us? Sequence events. Okay? For this competency, you will have this from grades 2 to 3, quarters 1 to 4. Okay, that's through spiral learning progression. Okay, what is the difference between the grade 2 and grade 3 across the 4 quarters? Number of heads. Okay. Now let's go into the curriculum standards of English. Okay. So try to give me the hidden words in our learning area standard. What is our learning area for this session? English. Okay. Learners demonstrate proficiency using English in modes to communicate effectively. Moderate. Single ba? Single or multiple? To communicate effectively in a wide range of situations with diverse audiences and in various since we're dealing with diverse learners, they have diverse context. Very good. They use their language skills to facilitate and enhance learning across different content areas. They critically analyze, appreciate, and respond to a wide array of, di ba yung 70-30%? Ano yun? What kind of text? First one na talaga si Ma'am Carmen. Okay. Utilizing these resources to broaden their understanding skills and abilities that we need to develop in English. First, we said communicate effectively. So that's communication. Okay? Language skills. Language learning, di ba? From L1 to English. How about this? Critically analyze. Critical thinking, then. We need to develop that in English. And of course, in the E1C, culture. Okay? They should have the cultural literacy, meaning integrate. We will do contextualization even if the language is in English. Okay, let's go to key stage standards. And this is for kindergarten to grade 3. By the end of grade 3, it's a very tough challenge for us kasi last level, di ba? Mag-shift na tayo. Okay, transitional phase tayo. By the end of grade 3, learners are becoming literate and fluent. And they use it in English. And what literacy source should we use? What language? L1. Okay, very good, children. Resource in understanding, expressing familiar and developmentally appropriate text. So, nandun pa rin si contextualization, kasi familiar. They're able to use their conversational language skills in day-to-day activities, and their, what will they use in understanding? Discussing content in the learning years and things. Okay, cultural heritage. We only have 3 keywords, di ba? That's to become literate, learning should be literate, communicatively competent, and culturally aware. We should be guided with that. For key stage standards, what areas of language should we focus on? What areas of language should we focus on? English, of course. With L1. And we will do that through trans-languaging. Grade level standards. The learners demonstrate blank in English. Basically. With L1 as a letter, expand their vocabulary for conversational use and content learning using high frequency and content specific words. Use simple and what kind of sentences? Simple and complex. Learning progression. Simple and compound. Mga English experts sila. And comprehend, analyze, rate, and compose. What kind of text? And culturally aware. Culturally aware. Okay. Now, for this, in grade 3, what should be our focus on? English, then L1, then the use of simple compound sentences, and of course, they should be able to. Okay. So let's study these content standards of English curriculum. What is the difference between first quarter, second quarter, and third quarter and fourth quarter? Sige nga po. What is the same with them? And also the difference. Yung similarity muna. Anyone? Sir? Huwag mo yung language, sir. Let's focus on this. What's the same with them? Similarity muna tayo. Are they the same? From first to fourth quarter? No, they're the same. national. Okay, we will think about what would be the themes for national. Sige nga. It should encompass all Filipinos. Diba? The traits. Pwede yung traits ng Filipinos. What else? How about Dr. Jose Rizal? Yes. Kasi national hero, no? What else? Ano pa? Nationality. That's right, ma'am. Nationality. It encompasses all Filipinos in the Philippines. Hindi lang taga-region 8, hindi lang taga-region 1. Ang nag-i-enjoy, ang affected. Okay, how about... Okay, that's it. So how about the performance standards? Sige nga, please try to observe if the performance standard in first quarter is the same with the rest of the quarters. The learners use their expanding vocabulary of high frequency and content-specific words. Same lang. What's the difference again? Yes. Okay. Let's not dwell with that for long anymore. Basta ang difference for first and second regional theme, third and fourth quarter national. Okay? So, what can we use? Kasi mag-unpack talaga tayo nito. You will see that later if I will present to you already the learning competencies. What themes can we use for the regional and for the regional muna tayo? Can you still remember about the local heritage themes? Ano yun? Okay, what else? Yun lang. Festival, dance, heroes, model, ano pa? Music, ano ma? Places. How about our tourist spots? How about the foods? Now, let's study the curriculum. Let's familiarize ourselves with the curriculum guide in English. We have there the grade level standard, content standards, and performance standards. Here in the table below, we have the subdomains at the left, followed by the learning competencies clustered in each subdomain, then the macro skills. This curriculum guide is the same with grades 1 and 2. Because I've been working in developing the curriculum map for grade 1. Oo. Nagtrabaho sa pag-develop ng curriculum map in English. Pareho lang yung competencies, yung difference lang yung words to focus on. Yung subdomains pareho lang. Okay? So as you can see, you cannot tell what competencies should be taught weekly. Diba? Why? Why do you think so? Depende sa phase. What else?
Depende sa learners.
Depende sa learners. Assessment. Depende din sa number of days in a quarter. Ano pa? On how you will unpack these competencies. Diba? You can tell, after unpacking the competencies, you can tell now what competencies will be taught in week 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so on. Okay? Sige. Now, let's study the learning competency code for English. Okay. For the first code, EM3, what is that about? EM is for learning area and grade level. VWK, what is that? What is that? Domain or subdomain? Subdomain. Okay. How about one? Yes. How about 1? Quarter. How about 2? Huh? Week? Diba? I said earlier, we cannot tell yet when we will deliver, when we will teach the competency. What is that 2 about? Oh, use Sir, please do that. Okay? So, you write your names at the top of the worksheet. Choose a particular subdomain, study the competencies under your subdomain, and answer the questions. Sige, we will just distribute